When the storm comes, it does not ask who is ready. So the real question is, are we ready not just to survive, but to protect humanity? The world today stands at a fragile crossroads. Tensions rise, conflicts grow, and the fear of a global war no longer feels like a distant possibility. But in the middle of all this uncertainty, one powerful truth remains. History is not only shaped by leaders, but by ordinary people. This is not just about war. This is about responsibility. If World War III were to happen, what role would you play? A victim of chaos or a voice of strength, peace, and humanity? 1. Understanding the reality of global crisis. If a third world war were to happen, the impact would go far beyond battlefields. Entire economies could collapse, causing inflation, unemployment, and financial instability. Essential resources like food, water, and medicine could become scarce, affecting millions of innocent lives. Cities might face destruction, and people would be forced to leave their homes, becoming refugees in search of safety. But the most dangerous crisis would not only be physical, it would be emotional and psychological. Fear, anxiety, and uncertainty would spread faster than any weapon. People would lose hope, and society could fall into chaos if panic takes control. As a common person, the first step is awareness. Understand that war affects everyone, regardless of borders. Staying informed without falling into fear is crucial. Knowledge gives you power, the power to stay calm, think clearly, and make responsible decisions in difficult times. Preparedness is not panic, it is wisdom. And in times of crisis, wisdom becomes survival. 2. Staying calm and mentally strong in times of war. The greatest battle is often within the human mind. Panic spreads quickly, and fear can make people act irrationally. But a strong mind can become a source of stability, not only for yourself, but also for those around you. As a common person, your responsibility is to remain calm and think clearly. This does not mean ignoring the situation. It means facing it with courage and control. Limit exposure to negative or false information, as misinformation can create unnecessary fear. Focus on reliable sources and avoid spreading rumors. Mental strength also means supporting others. Your calmness can reassure your family, friends, and community. Sometimes a few words of hope can prevent panic and chaos. Remember, even in the darkest times, your mindset determines your actions. A fearful mind destroys, but a focused mind builds solutions. Strength is not about having no fear. It is about not letting fear control you. 3. Supporting your community in times of global crisis. Survival is not an individual effort. It is a collective one. Communities that stand together are far stronger than individuals who act alone. As a common person, your role becomes vital at the local level. Helping your neighbors, sharing resources, and supporting those in need can make a huge difference. Whether it is providing food, offering shelter, or simply checking on someone's well-being, small acts of kindness can save lives. War often creates division, but communities can become a source of unity. When people work together, they build resilience against chaos. Cooperation reduces fear and increases hope. You don't need power or position to make an impact. You need compassion. The strength of a society is measured by how its people treat each other in difficult times. When humanity stands together, even the darkest storms begin to lose their power. 4. Avoiding hate and spreading awareness. One of the most dangerous effects of war is the spread of hatred. People begin to divide themselves based on nationality, religion, or identity. This division only fuels conflict further. As a common person, you have the power to break this cycle. Do not spread hate, even if the world around you is filled with anger. Use your voice, especially on social media, to promote truth, awareness, and unity. Avoid sharing fake news or emotional propaganda. Verify information before passing it on. Words are powerful. They can either create conflict or build peace. Encourage understanding instead of judgment. Remind others that people on the other side of any conflict are also human beings with families, dreams, and fears. Peace does not begin in governments. It begins in conversations. And every message you share can either heal or harm the world. 5. Preparing wisely, not fearfully. Preparation is not about expecting the worst. It is about being ready for uncertainty. In times of crisis, having a basic plan can make a significant difference. As a common person, ensure you have access to essential supplies like food, clean water, medical kits, and important documents. Stay connected with your family and have a communication plan in case of emergencies. But remember, preparation should never turn into fear or selfishness. Do not hoard resources or act in ways that harm others. True preparedness includes responsibility and fairness. Think of preparation as a form of protection, not panic. When you are ready, you can help others instead of becoming a burden on the system. The goal is not just to survive, but to remain human while surviving. 6. Becoming a voice for peace even in the face of war. The most powerful weapon a common person has is their voice. Peace does not come from silence. It comes from those who dare to speak for it. You can promote peace through your actions, your words, and your choices. Teach younger generations about empathy, kindness, and unity. Encourage dialogue instead of conflict in everyday life. Support organizations and movements that work for peace and humanitarian aid. Even small contributions can create a ripple effect. Never underestimate your influence. History has shown that change often begins with ordinary people who refuse to accept violence as the answer. You may not be able to stop a war alone, but you can be part of a movement that changes the future. Because when enough voices rise for peace, even the loudest sounds of war begin to fade. Final ending. If war is a fire, then peace is the rain, and every drop begins with one heart. Do not wait for the world to change. Be the reason it does. If this message touched your heart, make sure to please like, subscribe, and share so this message reaches someone who needs it today.